Hello and welcome back to another final table commentary. If at any point in time you find yourself not caring for the commentary, there'll be a link in the description down below to the video and KalipokerTV poker replays, so you can go check out the action in some silence. Today we got a 1K PKO from the Scoop event. We got pads on the final table: Perry Me Jensen, King, Real Sushi, MP, Yushiru, and Lip Piv. Ace King gonna rip it all in versus a couple of sixes. 1K bounty on the line. We get a quick call. No ace or king, but on the turn we find one. But a 6 on the river. Are you serious, Poker Stars? 36 or 34 blind. Sorry. We'll slide over to Real Sushi to go along with the 1K bounty, and we get a quick exit. Perry Me Jensen out in 7th place. So what, we got like 3K locked up. That's a small little amount of money. 3 buy-ins. And we got 6 players left. 8-8 for Lip Piv will come in for the... No. Real Sushi opens it up. Jack 10 suited. 16 blinds. Lip Piv on the button. We are in second last place. I still think we want to play all in here. We don't mind taking down the blinds and antes and the 2 blind open. Real Sushi might call it off here with the Jack 10 suited. We see they're flipping against the pocket pair, but they should have like 40% against Ace King. But then there's some over pairs, queens through aces. I wonder if they come in for a smaller 3-bet to like 4.5 blinds or something. At least aces and kings, right? Anyways, the Jack 10 suited hits the muck. And we got a break apparently. Okay. King with a couple of jacks. That'll come in for the open. Lip Piv with the King 7 suited. That'll probably just hit the muck. This will fold it around to Real Sushi and the big blind with this 10-7 suited. They quickly call. Jack on the flop. A little straight draw for 10-7. Looking for an 8. The backdoor spade draw. 4 spades on the turn as King checks back top set. Lots of straight draws out there. I'm not going to list them all. Real Sushi will bet big with the straight draw and flush draw. 4.5 blinds into 5.25. Sizing up the river jam. 14 in the middle. 13.5 behind. King of diamonds on the river. So Queen 10 does get there. Real Sushi blocks that. They don't bluff though. King's going to get no more value. King will bet 3.5 blinds, and that'll take the pot down. They got a small bounty on their head, $250. It's not too enticing. Yushiru, $625 on their head. 4.5 blinds. Lip Piv, they got a sizable one, $1,600. Ace 8 suited will open it on up, and King with 5-7 in the big blind. Personally, I would just fold, but some players like to see flops. King says, no, I'm going to preserve my chips and get out of here. Ooh, queen for Lip Piv. Ace jack for King. It's not suited. Do we still want to 3-bet all in? We do. King quickly rips it in for 21 blinds effective with pads in the big. King 9 suited hits the muck, of course. Queens will quickly call. We're looking for an ace or some... ace or queen. We find a couple of ducks. Quack, quack. Lip Piv will win a nice big pot. 38 blinds slide their way, and King is down to 3. Jack 10 for pads in the small. Folds around to him. We're suited and booted. We got to play this one. Lip Piv with the 9-10 in the big. We might limp. Pads does limp it in. Lip Piv with a newfound stack will just check back the 9 and the 10. Ace King 2 flop. Straight draw for pads. Backdoor straight draw for Lip. 10 high. Facing the 1.1 blind bet. They'll get out of there. 6-9 suited. Pretty looking holding for King. It's going to hit the muck swiftly as 8s open it up for Real Sushi. And then pads with the Ace King suited. We got 2 short stacks. Are we 3-betting? We still 3-bet. All in is the play. 26 blinds. $1,900 bounty on Pad's head. 8s call. 53 blinds in the middle. We need a lot of help. We find the King of Clubs on the turn, bringing in the club draw for Sushi. No club on the river. Pads his top pair. Top kicker holds up. 54 blinds for him. Ace, queen for king will rip it in for 2.5 blinds. Again, a $250 bounty. This is not too enticing. Pad still finds the call with 7-6-0. Lip piv with the ace deuce suited. Like a 3-bet would be really cool from lip piv here. I don't know what size you would go. 8.6 blinds. Lip piv finds it. You'd expect pads to think about getting out of there, but they cover lip. 27 blinds behind. Pads does get out of the way. We're looking for a deuce or a 5 or some spades. Do we have chop outs? Looks like we had some chop outs to the 3 or 4. In the end, it doesn't matter. Ace queen holds up. King hangs on in there with about 10 blinds. 10-7-0 for pads. Thinking about an open off the big stack. First place position. Pads will let it go. Queen 6-0 for lip piv. It's going to be an open and take it down pre. Not too much doing here. Yashuru, if it folds to him, I think that ace 4 happily sticks it in. 2.3 blinds. 10-3 suited for lip. They'll come in for the open. That ace will hit the muck. King with 10-6 suited in the big blind will also get out of there. Lip piv gets a few opens through. Wushu will fold an ace on the button. 8-10 suited hits the muck in the small. Pads gets a walk. 5-5 for MP off 24 blinds. Could find the open. We might just preserve our chips though, and MP does just let the pocket pair go. Ace 3 suited for real sushi. $16 blinds. The big stacks in the blinds. Real sushi will just let the suited ace go. Pads with queen 7-0. We'll raise it on up here. Probably like 3 blinds or bigger. 3 blinds is the size. Lip piv with the ace 4 suited. Very playable holding. Can 3-bet. Happily calls 5-3-3 flop. No pairs for pads. Ace high for piv is still best with the straight draw to the deuce and the backdoor club draw. Sees another big bet. 3.5 blinds into 6 3/4. Lip piv is going nowhere, however. We'll see a turn card dealer. The queen of clubs, very interesting. Top pair now for pads. Piv with the flush draw and straight draw to boot. Over card to go along with all that. Pads will check on over that pair of queens. 31 blinds behind. Lip piv will check and see the river for free. The jack of hearts. Pads will get away with one here. Scoop the 14 blinds in the middle. We'll go for another value bet, I do presume. What size? Full pot. Wasn't expecting that. Ace high is going to be curious as all hell here. Why didn't you bet the turn, pads? Do you have jack specifically? 5 jack? Jack 5, I mean, whatever. I would have expected a queen to bet the turn. So I'm trying to think about what value hand goes for a full pot size bet. Smells like a bluff. Ace 4 for lip piv, very reasonably deep in the tank. So there could be so much like 6-4, 4-2. I don't know what else. Other straight draws, you know. Anyways, the ace 4 looks it up and pads wins a huge pot there. Lip piv is down to 13 blinds. Looks like blinds went up there. Ace queen for Yashuru in the big blind. They're going to get this in for 2 bigs. We're looking for some backdoor straight help. Pats doesn't find any. Top pair turns into 3 of a kind and Yashuru survives. 60 blinds for pads. A jack 5-0 is going to hit the muck. Queen 6 for piv. Don't you dare jam. That doesn't make sense. Looks like a min raise or fold. Ace king for MP will get a walk in the big blind. Queen 10 for sushi in the big. King 9 for pads. We could start to rip it in. Pads does elect a yoink. And they might just take this down pre, as we got two real shorties with Yashuru off 3.5 blinds. King with 5 and 1 in the middle. King 7 for pads is just going to open it up. Real Sushi with another pocket pair of 8s. 11.5 blinds. $3,600 bounty on the line is tempting, but pads does not want to double up anybody. They're going to find the fold here. Ace 9 suited for lip piv off 13 might come in for the min raise. Don't think we're yoinking it in. We are. Okay. 13 blinds. We'll yoink it in. We are probably just going to take it down pre, as pad says Jack 6 suited. $1,600 bounty on the line. 12 more blinds to call into a pot of 27. Yeah, we're just going to let this one go. Look for a better spot. King for Real Sushi. Ace Jack for MP. I suspect they min raise. Real Sushi. This is a spot you can find a small 3-bet. You could just yoink it into. 11 blinds pretty well commits themselves. $3,600 bounty on the line. If I'm MP, I'm certainly going to think about calling here. But again, Sushi is not really going to want to get it all in, as we got King and Yushuru, the shorties. Ace Jack does call top set. For Real Sushi is going to hold up 4 hearts out there. We were drawing to a chop, as neither player had a heart. But in the end, 3 of a kind wins. Real Sushi back with the big stack, 32 blinds. Pads with Queen 4-0 will rip it in and take it down pre. 9-9 for King off 4. We'll stick it all in. Ace 6 for lip piv and MP in the big blind. Yashura with 8-5-0 will happily just get out of the way. With 1.5 blinds, lip piv folds. MP does cover for the bounty. They're going to think about a call, find it. $250 on the line. They're looking for an ace or queen. They find a fucking ace. Are you serious? King is Gonzo Alonzo. They run like shit. King gets what? 5th place or 6th place? Sorry, 6th place for King. $3,100 bounty or $3,100 score for him. That's shitty. Ace Jack for pads will open it up. MP. King Queen O in the small. Just gonna find the fold. Just gonna find the fold. And Real Sushi as well with 9-7-0. 4-6 suited for Yashuru. I don't know why I thought they were gonna play it. They have 1.3 blinds. It looks like a fold. His pads gets another walk. Queen Jack for pads will rip it in from the small. And let Piv might have to fold the Ace 5-0 here. If they want to play for chips in first place, they'll just stick it in. But we see they've got 57%. That's not quite what we're looking for in this situation. So lip piv folds. King 6 for pads will rip it in again. And Yashuru gets it in with an 8 and a 2. King high board. 4 on the turn. Deads Yashuru. Pads gets a small bounty and a 3 blind pot. Jack 10. Pads is swiftly right back in there and we'll take it down pre. 4-handed. King 5 in the small for Real Sushi. They'll limp it on in. Pads with the 8-2 suited. Pads will raise to 3.5 blinds. You'll love to see it put some pressure on the bigger stack here. Well, on the second place position, I mean. Pads will just take it down pre. King Queen for Sushi on the button. 3-3 for pads in the small. If they wanna, pads can just yoink it in here. Finds the jam, and King Queen swiftly hits the muck. Ace King for pads. We'll rip it all in and take it down pre. King 4 pads will come in for the min raise this time. Playing with Sushi in the big with 26 blinds. And Sushi just lets it go pre. King 9 for Sushi. In a weird spot, we want to limp, we want to play, but we know pads might raise us. Feels like we still got to do something, so Sushi limps it in. Queen 3 suited for pads. We'll check this one back and flop top pair. Backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw for him too. 2.5 blinds in the middle. They bet 1.7. Sushi with the backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, 1 over card. They find the call, 5 on the turn. 5 of clubs, a complete brick for Sushi's holding. Pads bets 4 blinds and takes the pot down. Jack 10, pads will rip from the small and take it down pre. Blinds go up. Piv down to 7, MP with 4, 5 with 1 being committed, of course. Sushi with ace jack will raise all in. 18.5 blinds. We would have expected the min raise here. They just take it down pre with a jam. Would have been interesting to see what the pads would have done with the queen jack. Oh, anyways, we don't get to see that. Pads with 6-4 suited will rip it in pre. MP with the jack 10. O is thinking about sticking it in here with 3-4 blinds. Real Sushi with ace 5 suited and 20 blinds. Surely they have to fold that ace 5 suited. Jack 10 with 4 blinds. If we stick it in, Real Sushi might go bounty hunting. 1k bounty on MP's head. They are all the way in the tank here. They will let this go, and Sushi had the snap fold on. King Queen for Piv. King Queen for MP, and Sushi's got 9-9. Piv will rip it all in. MP might just get out of the way. Piv sticks in 4 blinds, leaving 2 behind. MP folds. Real Sushi will get this in. Jack 6 for pads just doesn't belong. We do get a 3-bet to 9 blinds instead of all in, but that's still effectively the same thing. No king or queen yet. A 6 was a chop pop, but we get the 7 on the river. Oh wait, a 6 is not a chop, sorry. Sushi would have made it better straight. 9's hold. King Queen is Gonzo Alonso. Lip Piv gets 4th place. $5,600 for their efforts, plus another $2,700 in bounties. Pads with the 9-8. O will come in for the open. 8-9 suited for MP will get this in. King Jack for Real Sushi in the big... wait. What? Button limps? Real Sushi limps. Pads raise to 2 blinds. MP gets in 8-9 suited, looking for an 8 or 9. King high holds for Sushi. And they get the bounty on top of it, of course. Okay, now we made it heads up. 67 blinds for pads. Sushi with 32. Starting things off with a 10 and a 2. In the big blind, just going to fold. Duck for Sushi. Limping it in. Pads with 10-5. Checking it back. Queen 7-4 flop. No spades for pads, a backdoor straight draw, but they don't care about that until they get the free 6 on the turn. Interesting little card for pads who might lead out here. 2.22 blinds and take it down. Nicely done by pads to get the little pocket pair off the hand. King 7 pads opens. 9 jack will call the big. 8-6 2 flop. 2 diamonds for pads. 3 in a row, they check back the flop. 7 on the turn. Sushi looking for a 5 or a 10 or for a big bet to get through. 3 blinds will get called, of course. 9 on the river gives Sushi the best of it. 10 blinds will slide their way. 1 liner to a 10 out there. A 5 also makes a straight. 3 diamonds, it goes check. Sushi takes the pot. Jack 10, Sushi will open. Pads with 5-4 in the big blind. Suited and booted. Calls and flops a flush. Pretty good deal for pads here. Sushi with a middle pair of jacks. Do we check back the flop or do we bet because there's 3 hearts out there? Flop goes check. 5 of spades on the turn. 5 of spades, yo. Like if I'm Sushi, I might put in a bet here. Small, 1.8. That's pretty reasonable. Pads might find the check raise with the flush. We do want to build the pot. 6.5 blinds is the size. And Sushi will fold the pair of jacks. Ace 10 for Sushi, just getting a walk. 9-5, Sushi will limp. 8-5 suited will check it back and flop a pair of 8s on the king 8-4 flop. Sushi bets blind. Pads finds the call, deuce of hearts on the turn. Or else Sushi's looking for 2 9s. Gets a 10 on the river. So all straight draws brick, the flush draw bricks. Pads leads the pair of 8s, 2.7 blinds, and the bet gets through. 9-7, limps it on in. 4-3 for pads in the big blind. Checking it on back, flopping 3 of a kind. Sushi with 3 in a row. Bets a blind. Pad's probably gonna check raise, or do we just call because there's no flush draw out there? Still finds the check raise 2.5 blinds. Now there is some 6-7, 5-7, some holdings that Sushi's dominating. Not that you really wanted to see the check raise with 3 in a row there. Anyway, Sushi gets out of the way. Pads will raise 4-2 and 10-7, 3 bets and takes it down pre. King 9 suited and 4-4. 30 blinds deep. We're not going to get this in pre. If Pads 3 bets all in, they just take it down. Pads elects to jam. Sir, we just fold, right? We do have 50% in this instance. But King 9 suited for 30 blinds does hit the muck. Blinds go up. 25 blinds for Sushi with the jack and the 3 in the big blind. Pads with 10-5 suited. Raises it up. King 10-2 flop. Sushi with backdoor straight draws. Pads with middle pair. Backdoor flush draw. Bets a blind. Sushi just going to fold the jack eye. Queen 5. Sushi limps. 4-2 for Pads. Checking it back. 8-7-6 flop. Look at that. 4 in a row for Sushi in position. Check it back. 10 on the turn. 1-9 or 2-9. Hopefully Sushi doesn't find a way to lose his hand to 4 high. 21.5 blinds behind. Are we checking down queen high? Jack of diamonds on the river. The flush completes. I don't think Pads checks down 4 high. They bet 1 blind. And no, Sushi finds the fold with the queen high. That's a damn shame. 8-6 for Pads opens the button. Sushi not getting dealt no good holdings. Jack 3-0 once again. Finds the call. Finds top pair. At least he hits the board this time. Pads with bottom pair will bet 1 blind. Jack 3. Wet board. Finds the call. 8 on the turn. Are you serious, Poker Stars? Pads makes bottom 2 pair. Sushi with the toppest of pairs. The shit kicker on a wet board. It goes check, check. King on the river. King of spades completes the front door flush. Sushi isn't in too much danger. They might even lead out here for a small. No, like half? No, it's a small bet. 1.6 blinds. And if I'm Pads, I'm not too excited to raise it up here. Few straights get there. Flush gets there. Pads will just rip it in with the 2 pairs anywho. Not afraid of nothing. Queen 6 for Sushi, limping it in. 9-3 suited for Pads in the big blind. 16.5 blinds deep. Ace Jack, Jack flop. Sushi with the backdoor royal draw. Hopefully doesn't find a way to lose this pot. They bet 1 blind. And Pads should get out of there with 9 high. 9 high, no draw, hits the muck. We're moving along swiftly. Ace 9 versus 9-3. Pads raises and takes it down pretty. Queen Jack for Sushi, limping it in. Pads with 6-5-0. King 10-2 flop. Both players with spades. All spades on the board. Real Sushi with the real holding. Open-ended straight draw and the queen of spades. Bets 1 blind in position. Pads. Checks raise 6-5. Backdoor straight draw. Little flush draw with the 5 of spades. Check raises the 2.4 blinds, 1.4 to call, 7 of spades on the turn. 7 blinds in the middle. How does pads proceed here? Picks up some showdown value, checks it on over. Sushi with the second nuts. Bets small, 1.7 blinds. Doesn't even really size up a river jam. 11.4 behind. 10.5 in the middle. King pairs the board on the river. Pads checks. Hopefully Sushi just still jams for value. Or do we bet small, like 4.5? All in is the play. Good stuff. Pads does just get out of the way with that little 5 of spades. Then he gets another 5. This time King 5-0. Raises it up. Queen Jack defends the big. Jack 9-4 flop. Pads checks it back. 7 on the turn. 4 blinds in the middle. Sushi with the toppest of pairs. And a fair kicker will lead out 4 blinds on that 7 turn. King high will hit the muck. Ace king for Sushi. Raises to 2.1 blinds. Pads with queen 4 in the big. Finds the call. 7-3 2 flop. Ace king still best. Thinking about a C bet here. Don't have to bet large. 1.8 blinds. Pads with 3 in a row will get out of there. 5-6 for pads. They raise it on up. Queen 5 for Sushi in the big. Queen 5 yoinks it in for 26 blinds and takes it down pre. Riddle me that one. 10-7 Sushi limps it in. What are we doing? Queen 5-0 rips it in pre. King 5 for pads in the big blind. Ace queen 10 flop. Bottom pair for Sushi. We'll bet 1 blind in position. Pads will call with the straight draw. 4 diamonds on the turn. 4.25 blinds in the middle. Sushi checks back the pair. 3 on the river, sorry. Pads checks over the king high. Sushi checks back the pair of 10s and takes the pot. Jack for pads opens the button. King 4 suited for Sushi. Defends the big. Queen 7 flop. Pads bet small, 1.5 blinds. Sushi checks raise the backdoor flush draw and overcard. No backdoor straight draw in there. 4.5 blinds to go. 3 more to call. Jacks find it. Queen on the turn. Sushi looking solely for a king. Or queen, I suppose. 1 remaining queen will do. Pads bets 1.4 or 1.5 blinds. 13.4 in the middle. Still some flush draws out there. Sushi might think about a call here. Surely we don't double check raise. No, we just find the fold with the king high. Blinds go up. 19 for Sushi. Limps in 10-4. Ace 3 suited for pads in the big blind. We get a queen 6-5 flop. 1 heart for pads. Backdoor straight draws. 3 in a row for Sushi, who will check back the flop and turn a pair of 4s. Small pot. 2.25 blinds in the middle. Sushi checks back the turn and makes 3 of a kind. Pads checks over. Ace high. 4 in a row. Counts for nothing. Sushi bets 1.5 blinds. Pads could always look it up. Could be some random like 7x, 8x, 3x. Some sort of 1 diamond holding. Pads finds the call with the ace high. Sees the bad news. 20 blinds for Sushi. Flopping the flush draw, the nut flush draw. On the 10-5-3 flop, pads backdoor straight draw or 2 or 3. Bets 1.7 blinds in position. If Sushi check raises, they just take the pot down. They do find it to 5 blinds. Pads does have the queen of spades. Unfortunately, they still just gotta let that hand go. 8-4 for Sushi, suited and booted, ready to see a flop. We'll limp it on in. King 7-0 for pads says, nah, we're gonna raise all in and take it down pre. King 3 for pads will open the button. Queen 10 for Sushi in the big. Sushi's thinking 3-bet. They raised to 6 blinds with the Queen 10 suited. Pads gets out of there with the King high. 10-4 versus 6-4. Sushi limps. Pads checks it back. King 10-4 flop, all clubs. 2 pair for pads. Sushi bottom pair with the flush draw, bets 1 blind in position. Pads might be thinking check raise. No, he says we're going to call and see the 5 of diamonds on the turn. If I'm Sushi, I just check. 9 of clubs on the river. Sushi does get saved there. I mean, for 4 blinds. Not really getting saved. Anyway, Sushi will bet just under 3 blinds into 4 1/4. 2 pair for pads. Queen Jack got there, which is interesting. Any club, of course. Just wondering what bets for value there. Probably not a worse or not a better 2 pair, right? 3 of a kind might check it back. Queen Jack, does that even bet? I don't know. Heads up poker is interesting. Anyways, moving along, bottom pair for Sushi. 3 in a row with the 5-3-0. Calls out of position. Pads with top pair. Sees a fair card, the 9 of hearts on the turn. Checks it back, King on the river. 5 1/4 blinds in the middle. This one will go pads his way. Surely we go for a little more value. 4.75. I'm Sushi. I don't like a call, but looking at it, thinking maybe. No, we want a queen or a jack if we want to check raise bluff. We don't want to have that 5, I don't believe. Anyways, moving on along. Pads was kind of short there. Wins a nice pot after Sushi calls. So they're back up to a nice stack. 44 blinds. Pad limps in King 8. Sushi back down to 25 bigs. 10-6. Oh, raises to 3 blinds. Don't know if this is going to work out. Pads finds the call. 10-9-9 flop. 3 in a row to a straight flush for pads. Sushi with top pair will bet 1.5 blinds. Pads will call, pick up a straight draw to the queen or 7 on the jack turn. Two flush draws out there. Can Sushi get bluffed off the pot here? If I'm pads, I think I go for it. King of... Oh, we check 8 on the river. So there's a 1-liner to a 7 or queen. This probably just goes check, check, and Sushi takes the pot. If they find a value bet, that'd be sneaky. No, it just goes check, check. So yeah, 29 blinds to 39. Punches are being thrown back and forth. Sushi is doing a good job of hanging out. Has a 5 and a 2. Limps it on in. 10-8. Checks it back. Jack 3-3 flop. Sushi bets a blind. Pads check raises the 10-8. Backdoor straight draw. Backdoor flush draw. Excuse me. And they take it down. Nice little play by pads. Ace queen suited will raise the button, get a call by the jack 2 suited. We get a king 8-5 flop. Goes check check 4 on the turn. No draw for Sushi. 4 blinds in the middle. They're not going to fight for him. Checks down to the river. The 10 of hearts shows up. 4 hearts for Sushi is no good. No siree. They'll still bet 1.1 blinds. And pads, let's go with the ace high. Sushi gets away with one there. Ace 7 versus ace 3. Get a limp and a check, and we're off to the flop. Limp jam for 30 blinds. Does ace 7 hit the muck? Or does he call? What do we do, Sushi? Ace 3 rips it in for 30 blinds. If I'm Sushi, I just let it go. Sushi calls. We're looking for a 3 and we find it. Is there any more 7s or 5s, dealer? No. Deuces spades on the river. Pads gets the job done. The 5K bounty wins the tournament. 13K for both players for their score. Plus bounties, of course. Wow. Anyways, that's the end of the show. So if you made it all the way through, thanks for checking this bullshit out. Hopefully we'll see you in another video. And until then, adios.